So, get in there, lads and lasses. How's it going, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little video for you. How are you all doing today? Thank you very much for joining us and getting involved for this afternoon's Manchester United latest news and roundup and reaction and just the latest goings on at Manchester United after, of course, the successful game yesterday where we managed to clutch the game at the end and win and get the 3 points away at the London Stadium against the Hammers and smash them up with a Lingard screamer coming off the bench and also a David De Gea last-minute clutch penalty save. Get in there, my son! Still buzzing after that one. That was an absolutely amazing way to win the game. We just snatched the win from from looking like we were going to draw. It was absolutely amazing. Just want to say thank you to everybody who's getting in here at the start of the stream right now. Do get involved throughout the show. It's a fully interactive show. Shout out Aaron Homeyard, Game Grumps, Flying Pig United Fan 67. Shout out to Flying Pig United Fan 67 for a couple of random pre-stream super chats, mate. Absolute legend. Let's get some soul emoji in there for him. Thank you so much, bud. Brandon, Kayam, everyone, thank you very much for joining us. Get involved throughout. Do us a favour at the start of this stream. Hit the like button. Give it a cheeky little thumbs up on YouTube. And also, if you're on catch up watching this later back, then leave a little thumbs up and a comment down below in the comments section. Also, let's be having you. Right then, so we've got quite a bit to get into, lads, and that's just nothing major, no huge news. Hey there, Haroli, how's it going, bud? And Shazad, Game Grumps, Jonathan, great to see you all aboard the stream today. So, yeah, a few things to get into, of course. The positive result yesterday, a huge game for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Man, the backlash would have been obscene if we'd have even the draw would have been a huge backlash, I think, from this fan base. Very reactionary fan base, let's be perfectly honest now. And, they wanted Ole out the other day. Jesse Lingard came on that game and obviously assisted the opposition. Literally, he played in a young boy and into goal, and he scored the goal for young boys. It was shocking, but look, opportunity for redemption. Solskjaer's called on him from the bench against West Ham. He's come on and he's delivered with an absolute banger and given us the the win effectively. So to me, that is a special moment for him and Solskjaer because his substitution has definitely been in question. Solskjaer selecting Lingard. I mean, I didn't really think that was a good substitution at the time. Of course, I don't really want to see Lingard coming off the bench after what he did against young boys and what he sort of offered us previously. But you can't deny his West Ham form, his England form, etc. He's obviously in a good spell at the moment, isn't he, Lingy? And he took that opportunity offered to him by Solskjaer with both hands, and he banged in the winner, man. Fair play to Jesse Lingard. Let's get some love hearts in there for Jesse Lingard, guys. Absolutely, Shazad. And for David De Gea as well, guys. And for David De Gea too. Spot on, you're right about that one, because that was a huge moment. But Jesse Lingard, he's come away from this game with huge amounts of praise, as has Davide, of course. Let's get into some of the sort of reaction, some of the news and stuff. So, just in regards to Jesse Lingard, there is actually just a lot of love going around for Jesse after that game, isn't there? Tyson Fury's come out, sent a cheeky little tweet towards Jesse and said, "It ain't how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. That's how winning's done." The famous Rocky Balboa quote there, my friend. Sent it to him, says, "What a strike to J Lings." Hashtag J Lings. Get in there. And also Usain Bolt says, "Brilliant, Jesse Lingard." Lots of people praising Jesse for his determination, his character, coming back after that game against Young Boys where he's absolutely bottle-jobbed it for Manchester United to come on and score the winner as a sub. You have to just say, fair fucking play to your Jesse Lingard, mate. Fair play to your son. That's all I can say to him. I hope he continues in this sort of vein. There is a lot of speculation. I'm just going to get into it now about him signing a new contract soon at Manchester United. So I'll get some of this info up here, just so you can see what's going on. So yesterday, Fab just said Manchester United are in direct contact with Jesse Lingard and his father since weeks, still hoping to extend his contract after opening proposal not accepted. Solskjaer is pushing directly with the player. So, it does look likely that Jesse Lingard will sign a new contract extension at Manchester United. All things going well, if he's given opportunities in the team, which, at the moment they're just from the bench, but he is having impacts in the games. He is obviously enjoying his football as well. Maybe, just maybe based on form, he might force his way into the team in some of the lesser games. We have a Carabao Cup match coming up Wednesday against West Ham. Could be another great opportunity for the lad. Anyway, you need to rotate the team. You need squad players. Whether or not he's good enough to be starting quality or not for the team, I don't think he is. I really don't think he is, but I think he's a good option. He's a good backup, a good secondary or even a third choice player for most positions to come in there and do a job for you. So, you know, I wouldn't be bothered, to be honest, if he signs a new contract. If he does, it just seems like probably good business sense by Manchester United rather than let him go in January not in January. Well, you could sell him in January for not very much money, or let him go in the summer for free. So that doesn't seem to make much sense with a good homegrown young player like Jesse, who's basically in his prime, who's still a quality player, who's still getting to most teams in the Premier League who are just probably not in the top 6. He'd be a starter for most mid-table sides in the Premier League. We've established that with West Ham's utilisation of him last season when he was there and how well he performed. So he's definitely a good standard player. Problem is he's just not a top standard player for getting into Manchester United starting 11. But what do you think, guys? Sign him up or don't sign him up? Sell him. There's a little poll at the top of the live chat there. Have a vote in it. Let me know what you guys think. Smash a sell in the live chat if you think we should sell him. Smash a keep, or new contract if you think we should keep him in there. Hey, Rushmano says, good subs by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Get in there. Yes, fantastic subs. Literally brought Matic on, who provided the pass for Jesse, and Jesse provided that magic moment to win the game, really. Good substitutions, definitely, by Solskjaer. And you could actually question them at the time. Me personally, I'm going to be honest, I wasn't happy with seeing Jesse Lingard come off the bench, guys. Come on. If you were, then fair enough. Then they call you Mystic Mac because you predict these things. Because the game before he came off the bench and had a stinker, and Jesse, to me, for United anyway, over the last season or so, when he's been here, it's not exactly been amazing. I know he's been really good for West Ham and England and stuff, and that's brilliant. But doing it for United's a different story. But he did have a good pre-season. He has had some good impacts recently, and yesterday was a match-winning impact. So anybody criticising Solskjaer's substitutions in the end has massive egg on their face, because he couldn't have answered them any better, really. His substitutions directly won that game. Jesse Lingard came on, won the game. People were saying, what, taking Paul Pogba off, the most creative player? I thought Pogba was looking tired. Didn't think Pogba had the best of games myself. But Jesse Lingard on for Pogba is a bold move. Just like in the Young Boys game, Jesse for Ronaldo's a bold move. It's a bold move. But it worked this time. It paid off this time. And fair play to him, he got the dub. He got the dub, guys. Hey, there's 50 of you legends watching right now. Smash that thumbs up button if you just joined us. Also, if you could give it a share on social media, that'd be really appreciated. Help spread the word of the pig and the United news that is out today. So, yes, great to see you there, Culture Soldier Gear and Gungshi. How you doing, guys? Legends of the live chat, Kayam. What's going on, everybody? Hey, Liam Mitchinson comments and says, I was fine with him coming on, but would have preferred Martial at the time, but he proved me wrong. He deserves a start now. I think start Jesse Lingard for the game against them on Wednesday. We've got West Ham again. Great opportunity for him to show what he can do yet again against a club where he's been at for the last few months of the season last year. Was it 5-6 months he was there doing absolute bits, won a couple of Premier League Player of the Month awards. And, you have to say that his opportunity is present at the moment, because just the players we've got, maybe some of them not performing that great. Sancho, I think he's going to be great for United, but right now it's not like he should be a shoo-in for starting in the team. So maybe there's an opportunity there for Lingard. Maybe Pogba needs a little rest in this game midweek. Who knows? So I think that I could see him starting. What do you guys think? Would you start Pogba? Bear in mind it's just a, third round or whatever, the League Cup. Would you start Jesse Lingard in the game? Start him. I'm not talking about coming off the bench. Would you start Jesse Lingard? Start or bench? Put it in the live chat. Start or bench? Let me know what you guys think. I know it's ridiculous, but I would start the guy. If we're going to go with a 4-2-3-1, play him on the left again. Just put him out there, see what he can do. Give him an opportunity. He's got these this some sort of affinity with performing whilst West Ham are present. I don't know, something about the Ginger Goblin just riles him up. I don't know. But he definitely does the job, doesn't he, whenever West Ham are present. So whether that's for them or against them or whatever. So I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing him start, honestly. I know that's crazy to say, but just because it's this West Ham game and how he performed in the last game, I think he deserves it. Give him a shot. Give him a chance. I know that's crazy. I'm not a big lover of Lingard over the years, but right now he deserves a start. Aaron Homer to start him. Jonathan says stench. Shazza says start against West Ham. Start him Wednesday, says the Vutinator. Bench, says Diddy Squat. Amber says, how's Ronaldo scammed? I'll get onto that in a little bit. Yeah, get to that in a little bit. It's just a few reports coming out. I mean, we'll talk about that later. It's not exactly huge news, but it is. Well, actually, I'll just tell you now. Basically, Ronaldo, because it's not huge news. Ronaldo, this is Sports Bible and Daily Mail reporting this, so not exactly the most you know, largest of publications, but still, or not necessarily large, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, Cristiano was scammed out of £250,000 by a travel agent after trusting her with his credit cards. Reports in Portugal have identified Maria Silva as the culprit. She's also scammed the 5-time Ballon d'Or winner's agent, Jorge Mendes, and his sports agency, Guest de Fute. Portuguese outlet Jornal de Notas claims Silva was handed a suspended 4-year jail sentence for her scheme after being convicted back in 2017. So, yeah, the newspaper said £250,000 she scammed for Ronaldo out of link to a number of trips he never made between February 2007 and July 2010. So I guess this is just come out published today by Sport Bible in regards to Ronaldo scamming. So that's all it was in regards to Ronaldo. There's nothing major there, but just apparently him and his agent done out of a bit of cash previously by some bird. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. By some lady, but whatever. Gung Shi says, I bet she's a Liverpool fan. Dude, it wouldn't surprise me, would it? Anyway, so that's all there was. That's not massive news in regards to Cristiano. But let's just get back on Jesse Lingard for a moment. So Jesse Lingard's goal celebration, of course, it was kind of muted against West Ham yesterday because of the reception, you know, that they gave him. Apparently, I mean, I had the volume really low stuff, but apparently they gave him a good reception back. He's praised West Ham fans as well since. He said, they supported me in the loan spell and gave me a great reception, so it was only right to pay them back. So he didn't really celebrate too much. He was sort of quite, you know, reserved. Fair play to the lad. Showing a little bit of, respect there. Fair play to him. He said, it was a great reception from the West Ham fans. I had a brilliant time here, but I had to do my bit. And then he also, West Ham boss David Moyes gave Lingard a warm embrace on the touchline after the game and hailed his former player for bouncing back. Moyes said, I was laughing with him, but more importantly, I said how well he's recovered from his mistake in midweek, said Moyes. He makes a mistake which probably cost Manchester United a first win in the Champions League, but that's what football does. You always get a second chance to bounce back. Jesse got a second chance to bounce back as a player when he was at West Ham last year, and so we'll always be grateful for what he's done for us. I wish he hadn't scored, but we had a chance to get a draw out of it through Mark Noble's penalty, and we missed our chance. So Moisey very full of praise for Jesse Lingard, rightfully so. And, probably feeling a little bit stupid that they didn't try a bit harder to go and get him. They spent 30 mil on Vlasic. Jay Lings directly scores the goal, which cost them, the 3 points, or some points at least in this game. Not 3 points, but some points in this game. And they could have probably gotten for 30 million quid in the summer, certainly the start of the summer. It's understood Solskjaer wanted to keep Jesse Lingard around unless there was a really good offer that came in. So they weren't desperate to sell Jesse Lingard. I mean, he is a homegrown talent. He's proving that he is a decent squad player to have. Nobody can deny that, really. I think, as we've established, he'd get in most teams outside of the top 6 in their starting 11s. So just to have a player that's capable of doing that for most other teams as a backup, which is all it really is a great to have. Only thing is whether or not Jesse Lingard wants to play a small amount of games this season. Not a small amount, but he's not going to be starting every game. He's not going to be playing 40 games this season, all competitions, which at this stage of his career, he perhaps should be. If he's going to be getting in England contention and, just having a really good footballing time of it in a career, he's going to have to be playing regularly. So bit part games and substitutions here, it's questionable, isn't it? And actually, so I don't know if this really means anything. I mean, where's the report for this one? So Jesse Lingard has supposedly liked a comment or something. There was a report, and he'd liked an Instagram post, which basically just said, I think it was a quote from, I'm not too sure where it's gone now, but there was a quote from somebody which basically said to Jesse about Jesse Lingard, should be going elsewhere to play many games. And if I was him, I wouldn't be playing second fiddle at United. And he'd liked the post or something like that, apparently. So that doesn't really mean jack shit, does it? But Jesse doing bits. Anyways, get some hashtag JLings in the live chat, because Jesse's doing bits for Manchester United right now. And I just wanted to talk about him, give him a bit of credit. And of course, the news about his contract potentially could be coming soon. Manchester United have been talking about a contract with Jesse Lingard and his father for a while now. So we could see some movement on a new Jesse Lingard contract very soon. And actually, even if you do plan to sell him down the line at some point, it makes sense to sign him up to a new deal. I don't think you can really expect to get a huge amount of money more. He's on 100k a week right now, I believe, maybe even slightly more. So it's not exactly... I mean, how much would you pay Jesse Lingard in terms of a weekly wage right now? I'm saying 120k a week, really. I don't see how he could justify any more than that. He is in his prime, but he's just a backup player for Manchester United, really. He's not exactly going to get that money elsewhere either. There's not a queue of clubs lining up for Jesse Lingard who are prepared to pay those sorts of figures for Jesse Lingard. That's just the reality of it. So But I do think that, you know, he needs maybe just a slight increase of his contract there just to keep him here. And then it also gives you a saleable asset in the future should you still want to sell him rather than just lose him on a free in the summer, which I guess is still a tiny possibility if he wanted to go elsewhere and play regularly and there was a good offer for him. But I'm pretty sure he will do his bit by Manchester United. 20k max says Deadly Squat. Wow, okay, doing him a bit dirty there, fair enough. I mean, he is on too much money, but that's just how football's gone. Football's mad. When you're talking about Pogba getting paid 400k a week, I guess you can justify paying Jesse 100k a week. United Tactical Talk, lad, hello to you. It says 100 to 120,000 a week. Liam says 120k. Bruno is on 75. Yeah, it's quite ridiculous to be fair. Bruno needs a massive contract soon. Liam says Bruno is getting a new contract. He needs to get 250k a week, Bruno Fernandes. You have to give him that amount of money just to respect his input and his quality into the squad, really, because without him, we're a much worse team. And if you've got players like Pogba on 400k a week, Bruno's got to be on 250k a week just for his sheer input to the side. You can't have Jadon Sancho, this 21-year-old whippersnapper coming in, who's on 200 grand a week, or whatever he may be on, and then have Bruno Fernandes on less money than that. So for me, Bruno's got to get a new contract soon, a big one also. And there is talks about Pogba's new contract too. Pogba could be getting a contract soon too. We don't know what's going on there. Juventus have actually, Juventus' their sporting director has come out and just basically said that they're not sort of looking at him right now. Let's see what he said here. So there's some quotes from Federico Cherubini, who is the Juventus sporting director, and he just said that he's basically looking for younger, up-and-coming talents to bolster the side. He said, on the market, we will look for players like Haaland before the final maturity, said Cherubini. Any investment will go in the direction of a young profile. I plan to bet on another type of player. So in regards to what they're sort of looking for, maybe they're not that interested in signing an older player on big money, but he's in his prime. It's not like he's old. I'm sure if he was available for the right price, they'd be keen. That's just what he's saying right now. But also he went on to say that, you know, he said Haaland is the sort of player that they're looking at and stuff, but he's not going to go to Juventus right now. Juventus are having an absolute stinker. Oh my goodness me, get those Cristiano Ronaldo emojis in there and those Soul emojis in there. Get in there, my son. Come on, everybody. 4 goals in 3 games from the Don Ronaldo. This guy is going to fire us to some titles this season or something. I'm feeling so buzzed up about having the Ronaldo in there. And look at Juventus without him. Juventus without him are in 18th position right now. They drew, I think, against Milan at the weekend. They're in 18th position in Serie A. That is the lack of Ronaldo effect. You take such a Don out of the team, such a goal-scoring menace. 29 goals in 33 games for them last season. Gone. And they haven't replaced them. They haven't been able to score. They've just been getting draws. I think 4 draws in a row. Juventus are sharting the bed over there, guys. And I'm absolutely bloody loving it. Get in there, Cristiano Ronaldo. Come on. So he's going to be providing us with those match-winning moments. He scored yet again in that game, guys, against West Ham. I mean, it's just a goal-scoring menace. He's a machine. He's going to get, hopefully, somewhere close to a goal a game for us in all competitions this season. Sounds ridiculous, but if you look at his record, previously got 0.91 in Serie A last year, goals per game. We know what he did at Real Madrid. I mean, that was just a ridiculous over a goal a game. He's slowing down. The Premier League's harder. He might not get a goal a game, but I'll tell you what, he'd probably get somewhere close to it. High 0.8s per game or high, 0.9 even, similar to what he did last year. He's a goal machine, guys. He's going to win you games. If you feed the guy, he will score. And he should have had more goals yesterday because he should have had a penalty, guys. Like, he literally should have had 1 or 2 penalties. I mean, Alan Shearer had come out and he said basically that he believes that the officials yesterday in the game were just absolutely gashed, basically. It's not a direct quote, I'm ad-libbing there, but he said they got so many things wrong. This is what he said. He says, it was a very strange game in terms of refereeing decisions and VAR, and I thought they got so many things wrong, Shearer wrote for the BBC. He said, West Ham should have had another penalty, and United should definitely have had 1, possibly 2 spot kicks, both for fouls on Cristiano Ronaldo, which looked obvious. It could have been a day when those decisions cost United a win, but it turned out to be a big 3 points for them. So I couldn't agree more, really, apart from I think maybe only one of them was properly a penalty shout for Ronaldo, which was the last one, which I definitely think was a penalty. But the other 2 would actually say they're not penalties. But certainly the third opportunity for Ronaldo where he is the most infuriated about Atkinson not giving him it is in my opinion, the stonewaller of the bunch, or the the most likely for the pen. So, I mean, how many penalties do you think Ronaldo should have got yesterday, guys? Let me know. 0, 1, 2, or 3. Because he had 3 opportunities or 3 moments in that game where he was taken down or there's some contact or he's looked for the dive. And he did dive a bit, in my opinion. The first 2 moments, I thought they were dives. That's just my honest opinion. He was definitely looking for them, guys. He was looking for them. That's the difference. Maybe not dives, but he was looking for them. The third one was a stonewaller, so I would say 1. Just like Mr. Charlie Anthony, who sent a £1 super chat. Get in there, Charlie Anthony. Thank you so much, bud, for the super chat. Let's get some watermelon sugars in there for him. Thank you very much, dude. Cheers, Aaron Homeyard. He says, smash that like button for the piggy. Thank you very much, dude. Appreciate you, man. Get in there. Ronaldo's a tapping merchant, says AFTV funny. Brilliant. I love tapping merchants. Some of the best players some of the best goal scorers in the history of the game are tapping merchants, lad. And by the way, he's actually not a tapping merchant. He's still pretty damn mobile, getting back, helping the team up, defending, getting wide, getting balls in. You're actually wrong. But if he was a tapping merchant, then that's great, because how about some of the great tapping merchants over the years, guys? Ruud van Nistelrooy springs to mind, mate. My goodness me. That's all you need. That is all you need, is a tapping merchant of that standard up there, mate. You know, bloody hell. So, Lineker, exactly, what a great comment there, Fire Up. Lineker, total tapping merchant, fox in the box, mate. Beautiful goal scorer, beautiful finisher, man. So, there you go. That's all you need. Great. If he's a fox in the box, tapping merchant, I'm happy with that. You know what's exceptional about him? You see it almost every game. His movement. I mean, his movement for that goal where he's peeled away. He's actually just waited for the defence to get in line with him just so he's onside. And it's the perfect timed moment to unleash the burst of pace and run in behind that space and attack the ball. And the pass from Bruno comes in, and it's just a quick reaction. He's first to it. He's first to reaction. And you see him when there's shots on goal, looking for those opportunities from the rebounds. He's already onto it. He seems to just have that sixth sense, or that ability to read the game where, you know, he can just react quicker, slightly quicker than everyone. So I've already seen that in the few games that he's played for us. So he's going to do that many times for us this season. He will get a lot of those tap-in goals because his reactions are brilliant. His movement's brilliant, and his awareness is just second to none. So I think, you know, he will get a lot of those opportunities for us, but good. That's what he's there for, man, to put these goals in the back of the net. So, yes, mate, that's good. Right, so Ronaldo, absolutely just unbelievable. You know what else is unbelievable about Cristiano Ronaldo? So, this is quite unbelievable. So, 4 goals in 3 games for Manchester United so far, right? Which is very, very good by anybody's standards. He's come into the Prem. He's silenced all the doubters, really. Everybody's saying, oh, is he too old? Is he over the hill? And he said, so, to you, and told him to do one. But basically, the reason I'm bringing this up is because Ronaldo has now got as many goals as Alexis Sanchez and Di Maria did in all their time that they were at Manchester United. I mean, particularly Di Maria, who was there for... Alexis Sanchez, who was there for what? At least 18 months, 2 years or whatever he was. I can't quite remember now, but however long it was fucking far too long. But Alexis Sanchez... That's the amount of goals that he scored in that whole amount of time. Sanchez was a huge player, the match winner coming in from Arsenal on 500 grand a week at Manchester United, reportedly. So, you know, comparable player. And look what that Gasharama did in all that time. So Ronaldo's come in and done these bits for us. I mean, that's the difference between the players. He's come in for legacy. Ronaldo's come in for competition, to win things, to try and get this team back to where we belong, and to also, you know, add to his own titles and legacy, and he believes he could do that at United. Whereas Sanchez was just clearly coming in for a bloody payday. Rushmano says, CR7 is a clever striker, makes the defender defend in the box, draws the foul, spot on. Yes, and also, having a player like Ronaldo in your team, it sort of gives you a bit of space elsewhere too, because, I don't know about you, but if I was a defence, I mean, you saw Zuma and Ogbonna doing it yesterday, right? Where they're working in tandem, they're having to double up on the lad, because, and they did a great job of that, I must say. I thought generally they did defend really well, West Ham, yesterday against the likes of Ronaldo in our attack. I know we did deserve to win, but largely they did a good job. So anyway, they have to sort of double up sometimes. It gives you space elsewhere, gives just some opportunities for people to run, because he's such a dangerous player. Same with Bruno Fernandes, you know, they're having to double up on him sometimes because he's such a Portuguese Magnifico too. So, you know, that just gives you space elsewhere. And I think, you know, we're going to just do bits with Ronaldo at the top of the pitch. Filippo Inzaghi, master of the tap-in, says Jake Bain. Who else? Gabriella Batistuta was a brilliant one. Lineker, Michael Owen was great, all that. Robbie Fowler, these guys. Yeah, I mean, there's some great tap-in finishers. That's all you need. People can bang on and say, oh, Rude only scored one outside the box for United and all that. And he's definitely not the most complete player. But to be fair, Ronaldo's still way more complete and way more all over the place. And he's still got that ability to create as well as finish things off. So I would actually say Ronaldo, still has that, whereas, Rude was much more one-dimensional. But that's all you need, man, is an ultimate finisher up there capping off your opportunities to create. Get those balls whipped in behind the box. Get the attackers running into the 6-yard box, getting across the defender. And Rude was the master of those sorts of opportunities. That's what you need. But anyway, Ronaldo, if he does that role for us this season, it will serve us well. Vutanate says, Messi not scored in a Farmers League. Yeah, Ronnie got 4 in the hardest league in the world. Ronnie the GOAT. Well said, Vuti. Well said, lad. And did you see Messi being subbed off by Pochettino at the weekend as well, having a little paddy as well? Yeah, didn't look too happy. Oh, actually, Poch took him off and something about his knee, and he said, I told you I was okay. Told you I was okay, or something like that. So, they go way back, obviously, Argentinian players probably did their careers. Yeah, they probably played together, right? I guess their careers latched over. I remember Poch in the 90s and stuff. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, did he play early 2000s still? Maybe they played together. Anyway, point I'm saying is, yeah, they did. So Lionel Messi is not really going to add much to his legacy over there, whereas Ronaldo is already adding to his legacy at Manchester United, already on everybody's lips. Already his name is like just even larger than it was, mate. He's doing bits on a big stage like United, taking us hopefully back to where we should be. AFTV Funny Clip says, mate, you had stacked squad. Your club don't have the mindset to win trophies 6 years. Well, you have to build a little bit, mate, don't you? You have to build a little bit. AFTV Funny Clips. You know what is funny, actually, AFTV Funny Clips? Shall I tell you what is funny, mate? You coming in here and saying we don't have the mindset to win anything for 6 years when Arsenal haven't won jack shit in terms of the league since 2004, the invincible days, and you've never won the Champions League, mate. Okay, you can stick your Mikel Arteta FA Cup with a Sunday shine if you ask me. Fair enough, that's what you're going to come back with me at. Nice one. Small club mentality, mate. Where's your Champions League trophy? Where's your Premier League title in the last 17 years, pal? Anyway, enough said. Enough said. There you go. You've been dealt with. Okay, so let's get on with... Let's get on with the next bit of news here, guys. So Jesse Lingard doing bits. Do you want to keep him? Have a vote in the poll at the top of the live chat. Let me know. I personally think right now it makes sense to do so. You don't want to lose him for a free. He's still a good player. Evidently, he'd be a good squad player for us. It makes no sense to let him go for nothing. So you've got to sign him up to a new contract. Same goes for Paul Pogba. And I've got the same mentality with Paul because he's such a good player. Even if he doesn't produce it all the time, you just can't let a player of that ilk or that caliber go for nothing. It's just an absolute shit show of business. You've got to sign him up and you at least sell him in a year's time or something and get something for him rather than just let him go for nothing. The only problem is with Pogba and his agent, we know sort of what they're like. We know that they're obviously going to want a lot of money. I think we only got 20 million for his part in the Juventus to Man United Pogba transaction. So, that is a huge amount of money. He's got to be compensated for this as well. And then you've got to compensate Paul Pogba. He's got to want a bigger contract, signing on bonus, all this stuff. It's a lot of money involved, guys. I still think we've got to do it, though. What do you guys think? Pogba, new contract, yes or no? Rushy says we got 66 likes. Get in there, my son. Everyone smash that thumbs up button. Let's have a cheeky little bit of a like spike. Let's see if we can get 100 likes on the stream. If you enjoy these shows, please do show your support by hitting the like button. It's free and also helps us up there on the YouTube algorithm. Gives us a bit of a boost. Helps us compete with some of the bigger corporations and sports channels, etc. So do give us a favour. We're an independent channel here. It's basically just me and a couple of legends who help us out with graphics and stuff. And, yeah, so smash that like button to help us out, guys. Get in there. Jonathan says 20 mils for a beer belly and a legal assistant. Shit, I'm in the wrong game, says Jonathan. Yeah, man. He's supposedly got a net worth of £50 million, Mino Raiola. And for what? Being an absolute grubby pie fingerer, mate. You're right about that, mate. What a bloody industry to be in. Sucking money out of the game. What I hate about the football agent game is all of that money just does get sucked and taken right out of the game. It's not like it goes into another club where they use it and it stays in the game of football. No, it's just money that is just dead, taken out of the industry. So I really don't like football agents and certainly don't think they should get anywhere near the amount of money that they do. And certainly 20 million for a player transaction transaction. Anybody is absolute daylight robbery just to oversee a deal is ridiculous. So, yeah, but that's where he's made his money. He's made a huge amount of money. He's got a net worth of 50 million, and supposedly 20 million of that come from the Paul Pogba deal alone. So, you know, if you believe what you read online, anyway. If you believe what you read online. So, so there you go. I personally think that, yeah, it's going to take some doing and a big contract to keep Paul Pogba here, because there is other clubs lined up that would come in and maybe put an offer in for him. You know, give him a good contract offer, because they don't have to pay a fee to Manchester United. You know what PSG are like, signing up players on big money. In fact, if you look at PSG's blueprint of what they've done this last summer, they might have to sell a few players in the future, but that's sort of what they've done. They've signed up players like Ronaldo and Donnarumma and all these guys. They haven't paid anything for a lot of the players that they brought in. Even Messi, you know, they've got players for nothing. They've paid huge amounts of money to them to convince them to come. It may be a decent Galactico side to play at anyway, you know, it's a European top side, whatever, but still, they're paying them fucking better than anybody, right? And they've done that multiple times. So what's to stop them doing that with Paul Pogba, saying, look, hey, look, you can get 420k a week at Manchester United, but we'll give you 520 or 580k a week, and we'll also give your chubby agent a couple of pies to finger and 20 million. How's that sound, Sunshine? Or not 20 million, but, you know, a few million more than what Manchester United would do. So that is a concern for me, because I know what his agent is like. He's a parasite. He's said a lot of bad things in the past. Recently, just a couple of days ago, he insinuated that, you know, Pogba would still be interested in going to Juventus. We've heard from their sporting director today that said, you know, they're looking at a younger caliber of player now. But still, I mean, if Pogba's available there and they don't have to pay a transfer fee up front, that could be a huge signing that would give him a big boost. So there's an option as well for him. So there's a couple of clubs, couple of destinations that might come knocking if he was available for free. And would the answer that I want you to answer this question for me, guys. Would Mino Raiola and Paul Pogba receive more money if they were to go on a free in the summer and sign for someone else? Yes or no? Would they receive more money, the agent and Pogba, if they were to go and sign for PSG or Juventus? I personally think the answer to that is yes, they would. So if it's all about the money, if all they care about is money, we'll see if they want to stay or we'll see if they want to go. If Pogba does want to be part of this amazing team now and win some stuff at United and, you know, sign for 400k a week, which is a ridiculous amount of money, you know, and play with Ronaldo and Bruno and all these guys, Varane, his international teammate as well, then he's going to have to, you know, then that will be his commitment. His commitment will be to United. But if it's all about the money, if his agent's all about the money and Pogba wants more money and can get that more money from somewhere like PSG, then maybe he will go elsewhere. So we'll find out. We'll find out what the measure of the man is. I mean, actually, it's funny that we're talking about Paul Pogba today, because it's 10 years to the day today that Paul Pogba made his first team debut for Manchester United, obviously the first time around. So 10 years on from Paul Pogba, I think I've got some statistics here in regards to him. So I think he's had, 252 games. I've actually misplaced that now. But it's his 10-year anniversary of starting for Manchester United. 36 goals, I think, in about 220-odd games, something like that. I mean, not a tremendous return, but also not terrible. And, you know, that's just how it is in regards to Pogba. But there you go. Bit inconsistent, but then again, you know, looking much better under Solskjaer. I'm just going to get rid of that about Lingard. I'm going to pop this up there as well, which is after the game, if you missed it, Paul Pogba was winding up. There's a little video of it online. Get in there, Paul Pogba. I love it. So West Ham fans, he's going down the tunnel, right? They're giving him mad stick. You know, the West Ham fans being absolute scummers, abusing him basically. And he's just like, yeah, fucking let's be having you basically, you know, like just like smiling at him going, yeah, we fucking won the game, sunshine. You know, so there you go. Paul Pogba, loving it. Had to be dragged away by Michael Carrick there into the tunnel. So go on, Paul Pogba, lad. But anyway, so Pogba hopefully signing a new contract soon. I think we should sign him because he is a big player for us. We do kind of need him. We can't let him go for free. That would be a nightmare if he went for free. But we'll find out if his agent and him are just all about the money or if they actually want a bit of legacy as well. I must say, players like Varane coming in and Ronaldo coming in, they must really like make Pogba want to stay at United. It would make me want to stay. It really would. But then again, if you look at PSG's side, if they were to come knocking, we don't know what conversations had behind the scenes with Raiola and PSG either. So, you know, there's stuff going on behind the scenes all the time. We don't know anything about conversations on the phone, you know. So there could be these conversations being had. But they have got an amazing team over there at PSG. So sure, Pogba being French as well, playing in the French capital with players like Messi as well. I mean, okay, that's also pretty an exceptional thing to do, isn't it? So yeah, I mean, he could be one of the only players to play with both Messi and Ronaldo at club level. I know if you think about like Di Maria, he's obviously done it internationally as well, but yeah, play him at club level with two different teams. I mean, oh, there's a couple, isn't there? I don't know. Maybe there is a couple. Who else? That's an interesting game. Let me know. Who's played with Lionel Messi for two different clubs? Answer that question. I didn't mean that. That's not even what I meant. I meant who's played with Ronaldo and Messi. I didn't even mean that. I meant who's played with Ronaldo and Messi as well. That would be an exceptional thing for Pogba to do. Anyway, Bart says sell Pogba in January if he wants to leave. Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. I was melting there. Sell Pogba in January if he wants to leave. Well, okay, but you're not going to get very much money at all for him. But I guess that is better than getting nothing. Hey, Fat Chinese Gaming, how you doing, buddy? Says, we will gladly take Pogba off your hands if you want. Hey, Fat Chinese Gaming, what about Brighton this season, eh? Brighton doing some absolute bits so far this season, man. Yeah, 12 points for Brighton so far. Exceptional start. I did tip them to have a decent season. I think I put them about 14th or 13th or something in my Premier League predictions at the start of the year. So, yeah, they're doing well. They're doing well. Ollie In, how you doing there, bud? He says, I think Pogba will stay if he believes he can win the league or the Champions League. That's a fair point. Maybe he isn't all about the cash and he just wants a bit of legacy here and he's been wanting the opportunity to win things. I certainly think he should give it, even if it's just a short-term contract that he signs up, an extra year or something, he should commit a little bit of time to Manchester United right now because this year could be pivotal. We could win some things this year. We could maybe win the Prem or the Champions League. I still think it's going to be hard for us to do that. But we could do it with Ronaldo here. You just never know. Thank you, Akshay Prabha, for subscribing to the channel. Welcome in the stream, Akshay. Welcome aboard. If you're new to the channel, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button and get involved in the live chat. You only need to be subscribed for 1 minute to have your say in the chat with everyone else. So do get involved. And also smash that thumbs up button on it. That helps us out. Get involved with the cheeky little like. Andrew Cross says, Arsenal have so many problems. No one really expects them to win jack shit and Jack left town. Everyone expects United to win everything. Massive difference between United and Arsenal's pressure and expectations right now. Nobody's going to Arsenal because they know they're not in Europe and they're not competing to win anything right now. So none of the top players went there. They did spend 150 million this summer, but not on really great signings in my opinion. Ben Shite, you know, no disrespect, but kind of not a good amount of money to spend on a player like that really, and they haven't spent their money well. So they're not expected anywhere near to challenge. They're probably expected to finish about 8th at the start of the season, and it's looking likely now that maybe that might even be a struggle. So we'll see. They have won the last couple of games, won a couple of 6-pointers against Norwich and Burnley. So they have won some games recently, and they're looking a bit better, but they're still probably going to finish no higher than, you know, 7th or 8th place. That's where they should be finishing minimum, really, with spending that money. Surely that level of investment should get you back into the top 4. You know, if you're really... That's a huge amount of money to invest, but unfortunately they haven't got good value for money for the players because no bastard wants to join Arsenal right now. So you can't even compare Arsenal. You can't compare Man United, the pressure of Man United. We have just got Ronaldo in, Varane in, Sancho in. We've got a great squad. Bruno Fernandes, Luke Shaw, you know, and all the rest of the great players we have. We're expected to win things. Solskjaer has the pressure of the fan base on. Look at the reaction from the fan base after one bad game where he did, in my opinion, make some mistakes in management. Fair enough. You know, it's easy to say with hindsight, just like it's easy to say as Lingard sub after West Ham was genius. So you've got to take the rough with the smooth. But, you know, you can't compare the situation. Solskjaer's got so much pressure on him. The fan base reacts so much, even at any falter. Even though we're challenging, even though we finished 3rd and 2nd and got to a final last year and just lost on pens, you know, we are progressing. They don't even... It's just like there's too much reaction as soon as Solskjaer loses a game. Whereas Arteta, okay, actually, to be fair, Arsenal fans, let's be honest now, they all want Arteta out. They're reacting every single game as well. It is a shit show at Arsenal, but we'll see what's going on. Hey, Mocking JYT, how you doing there, bro? Good to see you there, fella. What's going on with you? Welcome in the stream. Jigmate Dorji's in here as well, says Bruno and CR7 Pogba works together. Fair play to you, my lad. Fair play to you, my lad. Right, let's get into the rest of the news here, guys. I've got a little bit to cover here. So that's Paul Pogba giving it the big one to the West Ham fans there anyway. And Jesse Lingard contract negotiations, direct contact with Lingard and his father for weeks, hoping that we can get a deal done. It's looking likely. I mean, he's playing some good stuff, come off the bench yesterday and scored an awesome goal to win us the game. So, you know, surely we're going to give him a contract, I think. I think that's going to happen. So, yes, Moyes very full of praise for the lad as well. Let's get into this. So Paul Pogba and Lingard among contract talks at United. Bruno Fernandes potential contract talks coming very soon as well. just to give you an update on contract talks. Yeah, Martin Atkinson, absolute shit show in the game refereeing yesterday. Should have definitely been some penalties for Ronaldo there. Juventus have dropped into the relegation zone. They're 18th in Serie A, guys, without Ronaldo. Ronaldo left them in the summer, joined Manchester United, and now they're absolutely screwed. So that's news, isn't it? That's news. They'll probably get back on track, but it's news. Also, it's taken Ronaldo just 2 games to match the Premier League goal returns of flops Angel Di Maria and Alexis Sanchez, the other number 7s that had that shirt as well, a couple of the ones that had him before him. So he's already matched the Premier League goal returns of both Alexis Sanchez and Di Maria. They only scored 2 goals in the Premier League while they were both here. Sanchez was here for nigh on 2 years, getting paid huge amounts of money, maybe even longer than that. I can't even remember. It was way too long, whatever it was. And it's taken Ronaldo just 2 games to match that same tally. This guy's a bloody goat. Let's get some goat emojis in there for him. I love the guy. I just can't tell you how much I love the guy, mate. I've got a man crush on the guy, mate. Anyway, no homo, but anyway, so basically, but he is an absolute legend. I just bloody love him. So yeah, I'm so happy he's back at the club, guys. What a player we've got. What else was I going to say here? Okay, David De Gea. Let's talk about David De Gea. So ESPN reported today that Manchester United #1 spot still undecided despite David De Gea's heroics, of course, against West Ham where he saved that game. What I want to say now is let's get some hand emojis in there, some cat emojis, some big Dave saves, some love hearts, whatever you want to do. Because he needs praise right now, man. Bit of criticism, had a bit of a ropey season or so for United. But, man, since Dean Henderson's come in, actually, I must say De Gea has been brilliant. And this season so far, I know it's only 5 games, he has been flawless. Flawless. He's been so good for us. Solid, and that penalty save was brilliant. I know he bottled it in the Europa League final. That must have really hurt him psychologically. And, this was a big moment for him in that game to save a penalty. And actually, Rushmano sent me some info earlier, which is just quite amazing, really, when you think about David De Gea and his longevity at the club and how awesome he is. What a long time it was since he's saved the penalty in the league. So it was the last time that David De Gea saved the penalty in the Premier League was, let's have a look. So it was the team, I haven't actually got the date, but I think it was a long time. Somebody might tell me the date in there or how long ago it was in terms of years. But the team, when David De Gea saved the penalty, right, was this. So this is Louis van Gaal, I'm guessing, times. I'm not too sure. But David De Gea was in goal. This is the last game he saved the pen in. Raphael was right back. Paddy McNair was centre back. Marcus Rojo, centre back. Luke Shaw, left back. Daley Blind played. Antonio Valencia, Angel Di Maria, Juan Mata, Radamel Falco, and Robin van Persie were playing in the game. So, that is the last time De Gea saved a Premier League penalty. That's pretty mental, isn't it, really? I mean, that's a shit record, to be honest. Let's be perfectly fair. That's a shite record. But he's broken that in absolute style, guys, with that last gasp penalty save at the end of the game. And he has been flawless this season. 2014, says Bryn Sheen. Yes, absolutely. That was the team lineup. And so pretty incredible. 2014, says Bryn Sheen. Unbelievable stuff, was it? So think about that. Long time since he saved the Premier League penalty. That was long overdue. Yes, Gungshi says Davis still #1. Absolutely. So this article on ESPN is basically just saying that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will not tell David De Gea he is Manchester United #1, despite his dramatic penalty save against West Ham, and expects Dean Henderson to challenge for the job once he regains full fitness. Sources have told ESPN. So, obviously David De Gea has been brilliant. He has pretty much, in my opinion, been the #1 goalkeeper for, proven that he's still the #1 goalkeeper for Manchester United, the best goalkeeper we can select. Henderson coming in has really, I think, helped because it's provided competition. It has lit a fire up under Davide. Maybe it was just too safe and too secure before. Sergio Romero's the cup keeper or the backup keeper, and Davide's the definite shoe-in for #1 starter. So maybe that just takes a little bit of the competition away. Since Henderson's come in, and he is at 160k a week, and he is a very good goalkeeper himself who should be playing in games, and it's kind of crazy that he's here not playing, in all honesty. But since he's come in, Davide's been focused, he's been driven, he's been much better, and he's just been super consistent. You can't really ask for more than what we've got from David De Gea since Henderson's been back. So even going into last season was a great season from David De Gea, and this season he started it immensely. So just great to see, love it. He's been the best player for Manchester United over the last decade. I'll say that again. Includes all outfield players. That includes everybody we've had at the club in that time. He has been the best player for Manchester United over the last decade. It's a bold statement, but in my opinion, it's true. So, just glad to see him back to his best, back to, getting heroic moments, back to winning games for us and being solid and not really putting a foot wrong. He's absolutely a number one Spanish cat for me, guys. I mean, who do you think's better, De Gea or Henderson? Have a vote in the live chat, guys. Fat Johnny's Game says, nah, sell De Gea and sign Adrian. Oh, my goodness. I mean, De Gea had some inconsistencies about a year or so ago. Maybe a bit longer than that. But since then, he's been solid, hasn't he? He's a legend. Let's get rid of him and get Karius in. Your Absolution says, think we should sign Lingard up to a new deal, but only so we don't lose him for nothing. Great point, laddie. Same with Pogba, isn't it? But certainly Lingard could easily sign for West Ham or somebody in the summer on a free. Maybe that's why they didn't come in for him. They didn't see good value in signing him for 30 million at the time. So they bought Vlasic, and they were thinking just on the outside chance, we might be able to snag him in January for cheaper or sign him in the summer for nothing. So maybe Moyes and West Ham still have that interest there, but they just decided that the value wasn't there in a £30 million Jesse Lingard in the summer. But I'm glad. I think Solskjaer and United were right to keep him. I think he has shown his value is higher than what we thought. I mean, there was a time just a short while ago where I'd have taken 15 million for Jesse, no worries. But he is too good of a player for that. He's homegrown, got the homegrown status. He's going to be in the England setup, really. He's in and around it. He's been great for England. He's been great for West Ham. And he has been really good for United so far. So in terms of like the pre-season looked positive and that winner the other day, it's brilliant. So he's got to be worth 25 million, 30 million at least. And if you sign him up to a long-term contract, then, it's going to be a minimum of that. So, in my opinion, United did the right thing by keeping him because his stock's gone up. And even if we do sell him down the line in the future in a year's time or whatever, we'll get decent money for him. Whereas we can't let him go for free. But there you go. Davide De Gea, guys, is, of course, the number one, isn't it? Bryn says, De Gea? Raymond van de Gaal you're talking about here. Anyway, or you're talking about that Chelsea goalkeeper. What was his name? De Goy or something. I can't even remember his name properly now. What was his name? The Dutch dude. He's literally saved our bacon multiple seasons, says Gungshi. Yeah, one of the best players for us over the years. I would say that's true. Mockingjay with those free little piggy emojis. Thank you very much, Mockingjay. Shout out to Mockingjay, by the way. He's a YouTuber, does gaming streams and stuff. Really nice guy. Thank you very much for getting in, Mockingjay. Jake Blaine, De Gea number one. Henderson not proven at a big club, says Jake Blaine. That's true. Henderson did well at Sheffield United. Arguably that season that he was Sheffield United goalkeeper in the Premier League, he was a better goalkeeper that season than Davide De Gea was for us at United. I think that's fair. He had a better season than De Gea. That was De Gea's ropey season at United. In fairness to De Gea, that's his only real proper ropey season at United. But he was pretty ropey that season. Raymond says, Bryn Sheen. Hi there, Freddie Kelly Grant. How you doing there? 007 says, for all that want Pogba sold, who do you suggest we replace him with? In Zambia, Africa, we say, don't insult a crocodile before you cross the river. Fair play. Well, we've been linked with a few players, haven't we? Kessie is a player that we've been linked with as maybe a potential replacement for Pogba. Who else, guys? There is a few. But, and then there's other midfielders as well, like Ruben Neves or Ndidi and stuff like that. Other different types of players. But I think in terms of creativity for Pogba, I think it's hard to match him. It's hard to match Pogba because he's quite athletic. He's a good box-to-box player. He can defend a bit. But also what separates him from the average sort of box-to-box player is his vision. His ability to create and pass and unlock defenses and his range of passing is elite. It's absolutely elite. So it's not really, in my opinion, it's not really that many players that can match Paul Pogba for attributes. Maybe you can match him for heart and, actual impact, but you can't really match him for attributes. So, yeah, it's a fair point. It's hard to get a player as good as Paul Pogba if you're on the market looking for somebody with his abilities. Willie Caff says, Lingard, the super sub player like Ollie during his time at United. Imagine if Ollie molds him into being that new baby-faced assassin super sub. Because to be fair to Lingard, he is the new baby-faced assassin. He don't really look 28. Maybe he's looking a little bit older these days, but he don't look 28, does he? He's the new baby-faced assassin for Ollie. Imagine that. That would just be sensational. I'd love to see it. Hey, we're 8 likes away, guys, from 100 big ones. Do us a favour, who's going to be that 100th liker? Smash that thumbs up button if you're just joining us and getting in here. And also subscribe if it's your first time on the channel. Hit that subscribe button. We're on here daily, giving you all the latest United news and breaking news and stuff. So do get involved. And also click that little bell icon, the Luis Suarez button I call it, because it looks like a bell end. Smash that little bell like her name was Quasimodo. Esmeralda the bells. So you get a notification when we post and we go live on the channel, which is every day. She says he's strong and good at holding off players, but like Pig says, he's got that incredible vision for a pass assist like Giggs. So true. The only thing maybe he doesn't have is, you know, maybe that tenaciousness in a tackle, or the tenaciousness with just like, I don't know, like defensively, if you know what I mean. Like he doesn't seem to enjoy that part of the game as much. And that's fair enough. You know, he's a creative attacking player. You know, you wouldn't say Bruno Fernandes is strong point is defending either. And that's the sort of players that you can compare them, really. So, yeah, I think Pogba's just a world-class player. Problem is the consistency, but I must say under Solskjaer it's been better, and I hope that he has a good game next time out. Maybe he'll be rested midweek in the Carabao Cup. You saw his performance last time out against West Ham yesterday. It was okay. I thought he had a good enough game, but it also wasn't exactly amazing. And we took Pogba off and put Lingard on, and that's where the goal came from. So, in my opinion, Pogba wasn't great yesterday, but this season he has been fantastic. He's got, what, 7 assists already in the Premier League, which at the time, after a few games, was the record for any player in that period of time. In 3 games to have 7 assists, I think it was. So you don't do that if you're not having a good season. He's having a good season. The stats don't lie there. And just last time out wasn't the best. But still, I think he's definitely getting more out of him than previous managers have. Solskjaer, I mean. So there you go. Davide De Gea could be doing some bits, you know, for us in that number 1 position this season. Henderson there to compete. Pogba is not aggressive as Kroos and Modric on defensive, though. He's good at creative passing. Absolutely, Woody Calf, yes. He doesn't like to do the dirty work, but if you've got somebody else there to do the dirty work, then Pogba's an asset. He can rip teams open. Look at that first game of the season against Leeds United where he's got those 4 assists, right? Some of those passes were just inch perfect, and just the technique to be able to do it and the vision, just to read it and be able to do it, is just what separates him. So, yeah. Pogba was taken off because he got a knock, shouldn't play with him. I thought he was just looking a little bit fatigued in the game. But yes, definitely was a decent substitution there to rest him a little bit also. But definitely the impact Lingard had speaks for itself. She says he doesn't always apply himself enough in the defensive area. Pig agreed. He obviously loves going forward and looking to create things. Yeah, I like him on that left-hand side, though. Just because I didn't think he was that effective yesterday doesn't mean that. I actually think he's really good on that left-hand side. His best position to me would be Bruno's position. It would be playing in the hole. That's probably where his best position is. Problem is we've got Bruno there. So Bruno's maybe better, more consistent, definitely. Maybe more of a leader, more of a catalyst for the team. So that's why he can't play there. But really, if you did have Pogba there, if Bruno was injured for a couple of weeks and Pogba played in there, I think he'd probably do amazing. Because that's probably where his best position is. Take some of the, or a lot of the defensive duties away from him, and then he see what he can do creatively, and he will create a lot for you. Rashmano says we got 100 likes. Get in there, everyone. Baker Brigade, assemble. Thank you very much for that, guys. Get your favourite channel member emoji in there, or just general bacon sizzling emojis, guys, to celebrate 100 likes. Thank you, guys. Sadiq Rahman comments, Ollie needed to be more like Sir Alex, and we should have sold Lingard with Matic, Pereira, Mata, Jones, and bought a proper specialist CDM. Fair one, Sadiq. What if we'd done that when we might have lost that game to West Ham or not won it? So, or maybe we would have won it in a different way. Fair enough, Sadek. I agree, though, largely. I think we should have got rid of a couple more players and bought another CDM in. So I do agree with you. How much for Bellingham, says the special one? Not too sure, but definitely would love to see him at United in a couple of years' time. Maybe too much too soon for him right now. He does seem good enough already. You saw his performance in the Champions League the other night for Dortmund. Very solid, very good. Very, very impressive for an 18-year-old. But still, that's a little bit too much too soon, I think, for the Prem. Then again, involved with the England setup and stuff. And, you know, if you're good enough, you're old enough. And I think he is good enough. But maybe just a bit too much too soon. I could see United signing him in like 2023, though. Am I going to get a Phil Jones emoji? I've got a Phil Jones emoji. Get your Phil Jones emoji in there, guys. I've got a Phil Jones emoji. Anyway. Yeah, you know, we don't forget about the Gurning champion of Manchester, mate. Of course not. Anyway, so Manchester Evening News have it on their website today that Manchester United are open to selling 7 players in the January transfer window. Speaking of players being sold, right? Donny van der Beek is supposedly on the list. Anthony Martial, Jesse Lingard, Eric Bailly, Phil Jones, Diogo Dalot and Alex Telles are all players that suggested could be leaving the football club at some point and maybe would be open to a sale. Donny van de Beek, I think definitely. What does Donny have to do to get in the team? He didn't start again in the West Ham game after a good performance coming on the previous game, I thought, against Young Boys. In the first half he played and he did well and then he was taken off. So if I was Donny, I'd be like, what the fuck, Ollie, sell me. So I could actually see him being sold. I could. We'll see what Ollie does with him. He might still have plans for him this season. He might play. But so far, looks like Fred is his man, guys. Looks like Fred. Solskjaer, what is Solskjaer's obsession with Fred? I actually thought Fred did okay the other day, by the way. But what is his obsession with Fred? He can't really pass to save him life, right? Listen to this, though. I've got some quotes from an ex-Manchester United legend who said this. Fred is a manager's dream with all the traits that you would want. So, this was said by former Manchester United and Brazil player Kleberson. No, it really was. It really was. He's claimed every manager would love a player like Fred, despite some fans' displeasure with his inclusion in the side. I mean, look, you know, we signed Kleberson in 2003 right after we had a good World Cup campaign, and if there's ever a marquee player, if there's ever a poster boy for Brazilians that didn't live up to it at Manchester United, I would guess it would be Kleberson, right? I mean, in comparison, Fred is much better than what Kleberson did, really. Blatant bias, says Benjamin Bessemer. Rushmano says Fred is a fine, good ticker-over player, keeps the ball moving and breaks up play. Okay. I mean, I kind of disagree, I must say, but fair enough. I mean, I think he's a good player at breaking up play, definitely. But ticker over, when I think of a ticker over, ticking things over in midfield, I think of somebody who's comfortable and confident on the pass, distributing it. And I don't really see that with Fred, but I do see him as a good, tenacious, terrier-like, defensive-minded player. You know, somebody to chuck on and run around and just harass and harry the opposition for 30 minutes of a game at the end. You know, I do kind of see that. But I don't really see him as somebody like who can sort of run a game or tick a game over in terms of, you know, passing of the ball. But maybe if you've got somebody next to him who can do that and all he has to do is give a simple sideways pass to that player who can create and get it forward and get us going, then yeah, I could see that. I mean, he has had great games for us in the past. Let's not get carried away. Yeah, he has had some ropey ones recently, but there's also been games where we've been like, Fred is the man. Fred has bossed it. I remember that PSG game at the Parc des Princes. He's absolutely ran the show in the middle of the park with McTominay. McFred delivered that game. So we have seen it before, but it's just a consistency thing for me. I don't see him having the technical abilities to be that man for Man United in that midfield to win us titles, unfortunately. I think we need something more. I think we need somebody who's a bit better on the ball, somebody that can maybe, you know, just keep hold of it better, not give it away to the opposition so much, create a bit with it as well. You know, I like him, though. I like Fred. I like his mentality. I like his personality. I like his effort levels. I love his terrier-like, you know, mentality on the pitch. But I just don't think he's good enough technically, and I don't think he's consistent enough for us anymore. So, yeah. Game Brom says, look at Juventus' situation there. Fan said Ronaldo was the problem. Now they're in 18th place. I mean, I'm all about improvement, right? Fred's a good player. But can't we do better than Fred? I think we can. So if we're looking at improving areas of the team, where's the problem area of the team? Well, it is that CDM position. That is where we should be looking to strengthen. So that does highlight Fred's weaknesses, really. We know Fred is a bit of a weak link in the team overall. You know, coming up against the big teams especially, like, it's maybe not enough going in there. You look at Chelsea's midfield options. Can our midfield options really compete with Chelsea's midfield options if it's just a midfield like-for-like battle? I wouldn't go be happy with Fred and McTominay, say, going up in a midfield two against, I don't know, Kante and Saul, or Kante and Kovacic, or even, what's his face as well, other Chelsea midfielder, Jorginho. So, you know, we are light in that area. We know that. Fred's an okay player. McTominay's an okay player. I think they both did okay. McTominay looked like he was not sharp. He looked like he was a bit unfit, but he still went the whole game. He's got heart, the lad. But are they good enough technically to compete with the likes of Kante and Jorginho and these guys? It's a big fat no from me. It's a no from me. And so the other areas of our team can compete with the best teams in the league. The attack's brilliant. The defense is amazing. The goalkeeper. But the midfield, I'm not convinced. We need to get somebody else in there. I'd rather Matic than Donny, says Jonathan Gallagher. Well, we knew that. We knew you'd rather a squirrel than Donny, wouldn't you, Jonathan? Benjamin Bessemer, hope you're doing well, buddy, says, especially with an aging Matic, we need someone like Kimmich. Yes, that would solve us a big problem. He's just signed a new contract, didn't he? Oh, no, was that Goretzka? I've totally forgotten now. Anyway, well, we can't have okay players, says Liam Mitchinson. Fact Chinese Gamer says at least Donny was great in FIFA. Yeah, he was decent, wasn't he? At the start of the game, there, 83, baby, wasn't he? Didn't he get an 83 on FIFA, eh? What's his? I wonder what his rating's going to be this year. Somebody would tell me what it is in the live chat, but I haven't seen it. So anyway, okay, guys. So a couple of little other things to get into quickly, but there you go. Fred Kleberson coming out and supporting Fred there and saying that he's got all the attributes that a manager would want, but there is a bit of bias there. But he did say this. He also said every manager would love a player like Fred. He works hard and is always trying his best for the team. The Brazil national team manager likes him a lot because of his work ethic. Fred is always in the game, getting involved, pressuring the opponent, and isn't afraid of the ball. Fred is improving a lot and able to adapt his play depending on the team he's playing with. He always likes to move the ball. He always defends well and still manages to get forward. I mean, you can't really dispute what he's saying there, to be fair. I mean, that is true. His ethic's brilliant. He does like to move the ball. He is often a lot involved in the play, wins it back a lot, pressures opponents, harasses opponents, runs around, never stops working. You can't really deny any of that. That's all true. I love his mentality. But just, as I say again, technically is my concern. Donny, haven't we got a ferret or chipmunk or something? He says, Wormy Spoons. I don't know why he can't get a look in the game. Griffo Chaz says it's unrealistic to want a world-class squad with all world-class players. We need players for squad depth, and we'll be happy to do that role. Exactly, as a backup, but it is realistic to expect to get a better starter in the squad, though. Griffo Chaz, we do need to sign a CDM to improve upon Fred's position. You know, we do need workers in the team, absolutely. But we also need, in the squad, but we also need a starting 11 of great world-class talents, in my opinion. You're right, though. You don't need 11 world-class players to have a world-class team. You just need a world-class spine and then some great, great players in their roles. So you're right about that, actually. But I do think that we should be looking to sign a world-class player instead of Fred, though. Because Fred ain't world-class. And we should have a world-class player there. I mean, you look at United's teams under Fergie, we've often had world-class players there, whether it's your Kinos and your Scholesies and these types of guys. That's what we should be looking at. Anyway, so UFC star Paddy Pimblett, the Scouser, mate, he's come out and he said, I'll just read a couple of quotes from him, mate. He's fucking been asked about United, yeah. So he's named, guess what, Paddy Pimblett, mate? He's fucking named Bruno Fernandes as the footballer he'd most like to have a fucking scrap with in the octagon, mate. Bruno Fernandes is the footballer he'd most like to have a fucking scrap with, mate. What the fuck's that all about, mate? Eh? I don't get that, guys. What's the hate on Bruno there? Why does he want to beat up Bruno Fernandes, mate? He's the nicest guy there is. Anyway, he said this. This is what the only reason I mentioned this, because it's just, he was in the news lately, and it's just pissed me off. It's pissed me off because he said this. He said, I reckon he'd pick Bruno Fernandes because he's so overrated. He's not world class, no. I don't think anyone in that United team is world class apart from Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, bold claims from a bold man. But fair play to him there, That's bullshit. We have got well loads of world-class players in there. Bruno Fernandes is world-class, 100%. Look at the stats last season in the Premier League. Look at his impact for us. He's 100% world-class. Cristiano Ronaldo is definitely world-class. Edinson Cavani is still world-class. He proved that last season. Jadon Sancho is questionable, but are we going to see him be world-class? I mean, his stats were world-class at Dortmund, but he's not, I don't know if you could really consider him world-class until he proves it in the Prem right now. And then, Mason Greenwood, as far as what he is, a young lad, he's world-class. Then you've got Luke Shaw, world-class. David De Gea, world-class. Rafael Varane, world-class. Even arguably Aaron Wan-Bissaka, defensively world-class. So we've got so many world-class players, I think. We've gone from not having many a couple of years ago to having a whole bunch. Our lad David is world-class as Peter Convey. Thank you, Rush. We've got 109 likes, guys. Everybody smash that thumbs up. Can we smash 125 likes by the end of the stream? Let's get in there. Pogba says your absolution. Yeah, Pogba, exactly. So bit of a rubbish comment there from Paddy. Wants to beat up Bruno Fernandes. He's a super nice guy, mate. You know what I mean? He's a super nice guy. Okay, anyway, that's basically it, guys. That's basically the news. So just to clarify, yeah, Pogba and Jesse Lingard contracts, imminent really, or looking like, there's talks ongoing basically, and certainly Lingard looks like he'll probably sign a new contract soon. Pogba remains to be seen, and Bruno Fernandes is on the horizon soon as well. Yeah, okay then. So let's get into the live chat for a few minutes, guys, and then I'll wrap up the stream. But thank you everyone for joining us. Do get involved in the live chat. Do smash the like on it. Hit the subscribe if it's your first time here, and get involved in the chat. So Wormy Spoons comments, Aaron Wan-Bissaka defending world-class, driving not so much. Yeah, not the best driver, mate. That's true. Also, going forward is not the best stat, I would say. Not world-class. He needs to improve that area of the game. But I hear a lot of people criticising this aspect of the game at that. I think he's improved a lot over the last 12 months at that. And guess what? He's only 22, is he? So, crikey, still young, still got a lot of improving to do, still got a lot of learning to do. He can be coached, he can be developed, and he can be a great, great player going forward in the future too, I think. Just defending is definitely his strong point. Peter Coveney, absolutely, man, can get better. Spot on, Peter Coveney, you're so right. What do you think? Haaland hasn't proved himself. They scored 17 goals in the Champions League in 21 games, I think. I mean, he has proved himself in the Champions League and in the German League, no doubt. And I'm sure he would still be able to carry that over in the Prem. But there is still that question mark about Bundesliga players. Saying that, I mean, his record in the Champions League is undeniable, really. Champions League is playing against really good, great teams. So you can't really have that argument. But then again, I'd love to know what teams he scored against in the Champions League, whether they're all top teams or I'm guessing some of them are absolute guff. So there you go. I mean, that's just how it goes in the Champions League. There is a bit of a mixed bag sometimes. You know, sometimes the standard of a team is not actually elite tier. Peter Cumley says, man can get better. Oh, yeah, I read that one. Absolutely. Your Absolution says, I'm actually looking forward to seeing what Dalot can do in the 3 UCL games. Yeah, really, really good point. He's more of an attacking player going forward for us down the right. Should definitely help us out. Definitely help us out going forward. Chelsea are a better run club, but United should not sack Ali. He's perfect for the rest of the league. I mean, but fair enough. I mean, Chelsea are a better run club because they've got a Russian sugar daddy millionaire who just uses it as a toy for his own fun, which means that he's fully happy to commit and invest and actually try and get the team to be competitive and win all the time. I can't deny that. They have got better owners than ours. So, yeah, that's true. Maybe better run. I mean, it depends what you mean by better run. I mean, yeah, I mean, in some ways, I mean, look at how much business they did in the summer, getting rid of all the deadwood and getting new players in. You could have to say they had an A-star transfer window. So in some ways, yeah, they are better run, I suppose, in some ways. In other ways, probably not, though. Anyway, he came from Bayer Leverkusen, also Bailey came here. Fred is horrendous, says Alka Mahmoud. Griffo says, Mods Telegram. Ooh, it's all kicking off. Boycott Riola, says Bart. Needs a visa, says Jonathan. Absolutely, guys. So I'm going to wrap this news video up there then, guys. Alka Mahmoud, how you doing? Says Fresh Prince or Only Fools and Horses. Got to be Only Fools and Horses, but Fresh Prince is excellent too. Tough choice. Alka Mahmoud. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up there, guys. That's the latest Manchester United news. Do hit the thumbs up before you go. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel if it's your first time on the channel, and click that little bell icon so you get notified when we post. We'll be back later on tonight. If there is any more Manchester United news, any breaking stuff or anything, we'll jump on around about sort of 9:30ish, 9 p.m. and give you all the latest lowdown on what's going on with Manchester United. So make sure you are subscribed, make sure you hit the bell, and keep a lookout for that. Follow us up on social media at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Check out the website, unitedflyinghigh.com, for your latest Manchester United news. Thank you, Culture Soldier Gear. He says, a cheers for the update, Piggo, mate, and drop to like. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you, Gungshi. Says, great stream, Piggo. Much love to you, Gungshi. Hope you're doing good over there, pal. Get in there, you. I caught a Snorlax, by the way, Gungshi. Get in. AK, have a great day, bud. Yes, he'd sell a bunch of those players. Yeah, a few of them I agree with. I'd probably keep Matic, McTominay, to be fair. KG Sit, have a good one. Paul and McTominay out. Fred out. Well, fair enough. But guys, if you want to keep the debate going, I'm going to end the video there, but come back after this video is finished and comment in the not live comments afterwards. Keep the debate going about anything we've discussed. Thank you, Bryn Sheen and Kayam as well, Culture Soldier, Gungshi, Your Absolution, Jonathan, Rushmano, the Vutinator, all the moderators, absolute legends, and everybody who's watched this stream and got involved. Thank you very much. If you're catching up later as well, get involved with your thoughts in the not live comments. I will see you later, guys. That's the end of the stream. Have a great day. Much love to you, and I'll bring you the latest United stuff as it drops. Cheers, Peter Coveney. All the best then, guys. Have a wonderful rest of the evening, and I'll catch you later. Take it easy. When the seagulls follow the trawler. But this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the soul. Thank you very much. Soul!